Welcome to Classic Japfest 2024, the newest event in the Kelsey stable. If it's pre-2004 and it's Japanese, it's welcome here. We've got everything from K-cars to Celicas and Supras to even some off-roading vans. Everything classic and Japanese is welcome here at the Goodwood Circuit in Sussex, and already you can see there's an incredible selection. So let's go and have a walk round and see what we can find. Few cars define classic Japanese quite like this, the legendary Nissan / Datsun S30. You might know it as a 240Z, or you might know it like this car here as a Fairlady, like it was badged in some countries in the world, including Japan. This one heralds from, we think, America, because it's left-hand drive, and it is beautiful. This metallic powdery blue colour, it's got the over fenders, it's got some mini-like Watanabe-style wheels on it, it's got actual wing mirrors on the front wings, lovely lip, inside some nice buckety seats. It's no doubt got a very tasteful engine under the bonnet. It is beautiful. This is one of those cars we've struggled to get near to film it because so many people are stopping to stare at it, and with good reason. It's gorgeous. We live in an age of family cars that look like they can go off-road, but actually can't. So what about a family car that sort of looks like it can go off-road, but actually can? Welcome to the Mitsubishi Delica, four-wheel drive, low range, turbo diesel engine up front, and this one has been properly lifted. Look at that arch gap, snorkel, loads of off-roady bits and pieces. I mean, look at that roof rack. You could just go adventuring anywhere in this thing. You can seat 7 people. They do rot a bit, but other than that, these are bomb-proof. These are really quite rare these days, and utterly cool. This is better than any Nissan Qashqai or Ford Kuga you care to mention. Love it. You might wonder what these are doing at Classic Japfest, but in fact the Honda S2000 is 25 years old this year. It really doesn't look it, does it? It still looks incredibly modern and sharp. We love these cars. Phil used to own one, Paul still owns one. They're epic, the cross-brace chassis, their F20 VTEC engine, they drive phenomenally, and they are a proper modern and future classic. And each of these ones is deserving of being here. From the modified to the totally standard, the S2000 is one of Honda's absolute high points, and I wish I had one, frankly. In the world of the rotary reprobate Mazda RX7, it's generally the retro SA original or the far more powerful and far cooler FD successor that gets all the attention. But the middle child FC is a little bit unloved these days. Not by us though. This one is an FC Turbo 2 convertible. Arguably the coolest version of it they did. More of a Grand Tourer than a sports car, but absolutely no less cool. Still a rotary engine, so it looks incredible, it sounds incredible, and it is probably the rarest of all RX7 generations. It's turning loads of heads here, and it's parked next to a 240Z, which tells you all you need to know. You might remember our much loved and much missed second gen Honda CRX, and to be honest, when I saw these two, I thought one of them might be it. These are awesome little cars, Civic Drive Coupe, little, lightweight, fizzy, and huge fun. Neither of these is the VTEC, they're both the 1.6i 16, but that's enough. They're still huge fun, these cars. This one's standard, this one a little bit lowered and modified, and both utterly cool. If you find a good one of these that isn't rotten, snap it up now. They're very quickly becoming a collectible Japanese classic, and with good reason. We love them. This is the Icons section at Classic Japfest, our replacement for Show and Shine, sponsored by Maguire's, with some of the best presented cars in the show. So let's have a quick walk around for you. First of all, Mark II MX-5, it's got a wide body, it's been converted to a fastback hardtop, looks absolutely stunning, we like that. FD Mazda RX7, it's been lowered, massive wing, I love the pearl white paint, this is beautiful. Next up, Mitsubishi Evo 6, sorry I had to check that because they do look quite similar. This one is not enormously modified exterior wise, it's just a really clear example of what is normally quite a dirty car, because it's a rally car, we love them. Next up down here, another Mitsubishi. This is a Galant VR4. Extremely rare car these days because people tend to bias more towards the Evos and stuff, but this is just phenomenally clean. I mean, even the bonnet prop is clean. We love that. Then moving round here, let's do a quick pivot. We've got a Skyline GTR, incredibly clean here. Really, really nice example. It's got work wheels on it. It's just tasteful and classy, and it looks like it's been to the Nürburgring as well, so it gets used, and we like that. Beautiful little Datsun pickup truck. This might be my favourite one on here. Look, wide arch flares. We've got these lovely little deep dish wheels. It's just incredibly tidy, this thing, but it clearly gets used. And again, we like that. Moving along here, another Skyline in this absolutely epic orange. It's got bride seats and it's got the pop-off steering wheel, all the normal things we love about modified Japanese cars, but just really, really well presented. I mean, I can see my face in that paintwork, tells you how well finished it is. And if you look very closely, it's got almost a sort of lion's mane effect to it. I really like that. Moving along here, another little Datsun, this one a 510 saloon, just beautiful in this sort of flat green. It's got the actual wing mounted mirrors, some sort of Watanabe mini light style mirrors on it. Inside, just beautiful. And it's got blue tinted glass. When did you last see that? Along here, AE86 Corolla. This is the Levin, so not the one with the pop-up headlights. You might see this in the anime Initial D, and it's in the same colour scheme, the white and black. It's got Equipe wheels on it. It's got a model of itself on the dashboard. Nice little touch. Those little Polaroids of the car on the dashboard. I love little touches like that. Amazing. Moving around here, S13 Silvia, could be a 200SX or a 240 or something. It's in drift spec, but it's a really nice condition. One, this clearly hasn't seen many walls. There's an MR2 Mark II. We really like these. A nice sort of Japanese style graphic down the side. Tri-spoke wheels. You really can't go wrong. And finally, an EK Honda Civic, which is clearly a bit race spec because there's not much of an interior in it, but what there is to incredibly high standard. It all fits really well. The pearl white Honda paint, just love it. Every single one of these is brilliant in its own way, and even this wasp that's following me loves them as well. So pick your favourite, let us know in the comments. One of the earliest car memories I've got is of one of these. My dad bought a K10 Micra off of a colleague for £1 and took me to playgroup in it when I was 3 or 4 years old. So I've got huge nostalgia and massive memories for these cars. And this delightful example really caught my eye. It's in immaculate condition, nicely low with some mini light style wheels on it. And this one we think is a March, imported from Japan, but otherwise identical. And it is beautiful. It's got the original brochure in it, the lovely tweed interior. It is stunning, not a little bit of rust on this. This is probably the nicest K10 I've ever seen, and just for nostalgia reasons, if nothing else, I really want it. If you wanted a big, powerful Japanese GT, you could have a Mitsubishi GTO, you could have a Nissan Skyline, or if you fancy something a bit more left field, you could also go to Nissan, but for this, the 300ZX, and this being the Z32 generation. We absolutely love these. I love the styling, I love the wackiness of the interior. They were a genuine rival to the likes of a high-end BMW. Really, really cool car. Very rare these days because they have been destroyed by drifters and modifiers, but very valuable in one particular area, here. These headlights were used on the Lamborghini Diablo. So there you go, you can sort of say you've got a bit of a Lamborghini if you've got one of these. And frankly, I'd rather have this. Well, this is definitely the only one of these here. Let's shed some light with candelabras on the Mitsuoka Le-Seyde. We think that's how you say it. Now, if you watched the Grand Tour Eurocrash episode, you'll remember this. Driven by Jeremy Clarkson, it's actually based on a Japanese Nissan Silvia underneath with the automatic gearbox and the 2-litre 4-cylinder engine, but with some slight cosmetic modifications, largely in fiberglass, to look like a Mercedes SSK. It's enormous, it's distinctive enough, and then of course it's got Grand Tour spec modifications that include candelabras and a Dalmatian spec interior on it. Absolutely wild car. You should have seen the attention this got when it drove in. And as much as it might not be the nicest car to drive, to look at, there is nothing like it. And before you ask, no, those exhausts, they're not real. So that was Classic Japfest 2024, our first outing for this show, and I think a fantastic success. Some gatherings of some of the best retro and classic Japanese cars from all eras and for all tastes. Some absolute icons here, and for most of us, I think we'll agree that 20 years and older is really the peak of Japanese cars anyway. Something for everyone here, Celicas to Suzukis and everything in between. So we are going to be hosting this show next year at Goodwood, potentially over 2 days. So make sure you hop online, get notified so you know when the tickets are available. We'll see you at next year's show. But for now, comment what your favourite car of this video was. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below, and we'll see you again next year. Paul used to, no, Paul still owns one, Phil used to own one. That's what I need to say.